It's moving day here at the 2025 River Riot 3, presented by Visit the Shoals and sponsored by Dynamic Discs. We are switching venues to the club on Cypress for round 2 of this 3-round PDGA 8 tier. Joining you back in the booth again, it is Felix, joined by
Conrad.
Conrad, we're back at a familiar spot. The club plays significantly more difficult than what we saw at McFarland. Conditions have shifted a little bit here as well during round 2.
Yeah, we have a lot more elevation change here. It's going to be a little bit windier here than it was at McFarland. No major changes to the course, just a slight tweak, and we'll see that on the front half here after we get through with introducing our players that have worked their way to be on this card here. Austen Bates, shooting a 10.60 rated round 1. He set the course record yesterday at McFarland. We know this guy, Aidan Scott. He had a 10.57 rated round 1, 101 career wins. Wow, for such a young guy.
Back on the lead card again, joining us is Braeden Sides, shooting a solid 12 down during round 1. And joining him, Danny Beauchamp of Gateway Discs, 1032 rated round 1. Start things off on hole 1. Conrad, walk us through it.
All right, hole 1 is a par 4 coming in at 764 feet. It's playing in the middle of the pack as far as difficulty. The gap that the drone is flying through is where you want to go. Maybe not that high, maybe a little bit lower, but you want to come in and land somewhere in here. You're not going to make it to the green off the tee, not with the elevation change. So you're going to want to approach and get around this tree to get to the basket. We see that they've added a few features in. Got a little tree, a sapling there coming in to make future years events a little bit more interesting.
Austen Bates.
Yeah, I always love the attention to detail that the guys do with the club here. They're always kind of future-proofing the course, so to say, adding a few more elements to just add more and more difficulty to it.
Mm-hmm. Austen, is he going to beat those trees? He barely does, but then he does not.
Yeah, gets stuck behind another one.
Yep, and those are the trees basically that you want to beat off the drive. If you get behind those, you're scrambling to save a birdie. Have Aidan Scott here on the box. You can hear the wind a little bit here.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be quite a change from what we saw yesterday over at McFarland. As you can tell just by his shirt there, we've got some wind to contend with. Aidan also of Team Infinite.
Oh, he puts it right through the center there.
Mm-hmm.
There's not much that can go wrong after that. He's in the greenery.
Next on the tee, Braeden Sides.
Braeden with that trusty Halo Destroyer that we saw him throwing a bunch yesterday over at McFarland. I would venture to say he's probably going to be throwing this disc a lot today.
Yeah, and we do see the Team Castaplas on his shirt. He is allowed to throw a few modes outside of their lineup.
Yeah, we know he relies heavily on the Yarn, his Recco, his Berg X, throws the Yote, a lot of different Castaplas molds. Doesn't throw the Stig as much, which kind of breaks my heart because, you know, Stig is probably their best mold, if you ask me.
Oh, yeah, yep.
Definitely their best AM disc. Danny going Realm off the top here.
Oh, yeah.
This looks fantastic.
It does. Giving him plenty of options of how he wants to approach the green from there.
I don't even know what he's looking at in terms of a window from under there.
He's looking at something.
Okay.
Well, he got out clean, so there's that.
Finds the gap on the forehand. There it is.
Okay.
Kind of in between 1 and 6 there.
Yep. But he's out. That'll definitely at least help him save a par.
Braeden pushing this right side.
Going around the tree.
Going towards the saplings. Puts him inside the circle with a birdie look for hole 1.
Oh, great shot. Right inside the bullseye.
Yeah, Aidan, another one of these players that is very proficient with both the sidearm and the backhand. Leans on the backhand more for further distance shots.
Oh, Danny gets caught up in the guardian tree there. The one tree that you got to beat.
Yeah.
There's always one.
Austen with that scorching hot 15 down yesterday. Gonna lay that one up for the no stress par.
Ooh, that's a nice bid there from a knee.
Yeah, a little uphill, nose up floater.
Braeden going to bang in his birdie there.
Braeden banging birdies. What alliteration.
And Aidan's going to join the birdie bash.
Just a couple of par tappings left for the rest of the crew here. Move on to hole 2, a par 3 coming in at 464 feet. Kind of a blind target here. The drone's kind of taking the straight route here. A lot of the players are going to swing a wide hyzer up the right-hand side. Looking to swing past this am tee or this am basket here. And then end up finishing to the pro pin, which is back here protected by that late guardian bush tree combination there. Off the tee here, after you get down about 350 feet, you kind of lose sight of where the disc is going. So it's kind of a mystery until you walk up there and see where you landed. This is a route that we don't really see very often.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hardly seen one go behind that tree under the limb. Most of the shots are going to be still going to the right, but in front of the tree here.
Yeah.
Like that fashion. That's still swinging out kind of wide to the right.
Yeah, a lot of drift on that. Trying to fight back over that same destroyer that he threw on hole 1. He's about pin high, but he's also about 50 feet to the right.
Yeah, and I can tell you just from experience, sometimes being there, you just accidentally aim at the wrong tree-bush combination.
Yeah. Similar line for Austen. He's going to be even further back.
Mm-hmm. And there is a forehand line, but you got to really have a booming forehand to get it there.
Yeah. This is that realm once again for Danny. This is 2 inside and left.
Yeah.
So that will likely just be a pitch up.
Yep, a lot of pitch ups from the looks of things.
Yeah.
Danny's up first. And talk a little bit about Danny. Danny is playing out of Naperville, Illinois. He's played in 32 events this year. So talk about grinding, and that is what it looks like.
Yeah, a lot of these guys just getting in so many reps throughout the year. I mean, we obviously kind of fixate more on the Elite Series and the Pro Tour, but there's a lot of big A tiers and B tiers that these kind of local, kind of semi-touring pros can really rack up wins on.
Yeah.
It's kind of the old school way of doing it. Braeden for bird.
Ooh, super low there, hitting the pole and getting a mean roll away.
Yeah. He was closer than I thought. I thought he was at 50. He was probably closer to 40.
Aidan putting in his par.
I missed that, homie.
He didn't look too convinced on that one.
I wasn't convinced until it was over the lip myself.
But it does drop in for that par.
Danny puts in his par as well. And there we go. We have another par to finish off hole 2.
No birdies for the lead card. Only 5 on the day.
Big Disc Golf doesn't want you to know about this. It's called the band system. That's B-A-N-D. Buy a new disc. Sure, you can spend hours practicing, but you've tried that and you're still back. And at discountdiscgolf.com, the prices are so low, you can band without breaking the bank.
Before B-A-N-D, I was just B-A-D. But now,
I own more discs. So what are you waiting for? Get on the bandwagon today at discountdiscgolf.com, because cheap discs are better. It's science.
All right, here we are at hole 3, a par 3 coming in at 468 feet, a lot of downhill here. You got that Mando off the tee that you got to hit before making your way down to the 468 feet. Most players are going to go forehand here, hoping to push the left side as far as they can and check up before they go into the creek or the river that we call the Cypress behind the basket. Oh, it is playing as the second most difficult course on the hole on the course today.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, you know it's a forehand hole when even last year we saw Johnny McRae throwing a forehand on this hole. Like that.
Yeah, it doesn't bode well for any type of backhand. Even a roller is difficult with the ceiling that you have there by the Mando. This is turned over.
Yeah, it's too much angle.
Yeah. That looks good if it's going to fight out.
Yep, here it comes.
It does.
Still likely just going to be a pitch up from there, though.
Yeah. I mean, we still are talking about 468 feet. That's a lot of distance to have to carry off a forehand there.
Yeah, even with the downhill.
Mm-hmm. That's going to put Aidan at the circle's edge. Looking at a putt.
Yeah, not what you want for your look for par, though.
And this is likely just a layup. Good, comfortable distance for him. That looked like a full bid from Danny there. All right.
Proved me wrong.
Good thing it checked up before it went into the river. A little low from Braeden. Again, that's a typical miss when you have water present behind the basket. That's the typical miss.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Not what you want to see there. That was his par bid. This is for bogey.
Mm-hmm. Coming back from just about the same distance.
Yeah, this is no gimme, and that's not going to find the home either.
Hole is showing why it's playing the most difficult, or the second most difficult on the day.
Yeah, a hole that only saw one birdie on the day.
And it had to be the cheater.
Cheating lefty.
Cheater lefty.
Zach
Arlinghouse.
Zach, who will be featured on a video we've got coming out soon, which a lot of you have been anticipating. We brought him back for the offhand challenge once again. Stay tuned for that one. As we come up to hole 4, playing exactly to par. Par 3, 402 feet. They did lose a tree here right in the middle, and that post there now plays as a mandatory. You must go to the right-hand side of that mandatory post there. Swing your hyzer right on back around here. There's kind of a soft landing area for this green. This is usually kind of soft, fluffy dirt, which tends to catch your disc as it's coming in. So not usually a lot of skip here to contend with.
And I do believe there is some OB long of the basket. And of course, this is playing uphill, so slightly more than the 402 that it says.
Yeah, these guys are all ripping on full drivers here because it does play probably closer to 450 with that uphill grade.
Mm-hmm.
Braeden going to put himself inside the circle there. If you hit early enough, you get a little bit of ground play, but that one, yeah, once you get to that area there, it's very difficult to get that forward push.
Yep.
Danny here, unfortunately, is going to miss the Mando, as he was not aware that that was a mandatory there. So he does end up having some discussion with his card mates here about it. Aidan actually didn't know either, so had they not brought it up, he likely might have missed the Mando too.
Let's go put him outside the circle with a slight obstruction to his putt. Then he's playing up from the drop zone there, which is in front of the Mando.
I will say that the post there is painted and it says, the club. Great putt there for Aidan. It says the club on Cypress, but the part that says Mando is very small lettering. Like, you can barely really read it from the tee. So maybe just as something to look for in the future, perhaps making that stand out a little bit more so it's a little clearer.
Yeah. And Braeden, I'm thinking of Brandon to tell him to put a sign up.
Yeah.
Braeden missing his putt just a little bit low there.
I've seen a couple of low misses here for Braeden early on.
Austen is getting his birdie in, though.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunate bogey there from the Miss Mendo for Danny. All right. Moving on to a par 5, hole 5, 864 feet. We got a lot of undulation going here. Off the tee, you have a downslope and this upslope. You kind of want to land in this valley here. Maybe a slight up on a slight uphill, so that you have some type of footing and or approach around these trees to get to the basket. It is quite a grade uphill, so you really won't see exactly where your disc lands. So you really need to have a plan in place off the tee. If this crests that hill, he'll be in the flats, and that's ideal.
Yeah, you can't really ask for much more than that. This course is kind of sneaky with the elevation. We talked about it early on, but this is where you kind of really start to notice, like, hey, I'm a little short of breath here when you're kind of climbing some of these hills as Aidan powers that one all the way up.
Yeah, because it is not a short course.
No. And these next couple holes, you're kind of going uphill, downhill, uphill, downhill.
Mm-hmm.
Braeden pushing this right side a bit.
Yeah, hopefully those trees won't be in this way. We're talking about 1,100 feet for this course. Wait, is that right?
11,000.
Yeah, 11,000.
That needs to get down, and it does.
That's fine. Mm-hmm.
There is OB left there, that kind of halfway up that walking path you see on the left-hand side. There's a white line.
That OB goes all the way to the basket as well. Braeden throwing a roller here hits the trees a little bit. I'm not sure if that's what's taking it offline, but it just scoots on past the basket.
Stop rolling.
Keeps going, and he is out of bounds, long on the left. And again, you heard him say he doesn't know, because once it's over the top of the hill, you just have no idea what's happening with it.
Yeah, that one is going to scoot on by these small crepe myrtles here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, another roller.
Got another roller. Okay.
I mean, you can get an eagle look. If this curls up, he's going to be in position for an eagle look.
He is inside the circle.
Wow.
He's behind the crepe myrtle, but he's inside the circle.
Okay. It's another roller?
Oh, another roller. Okay. Oh, that one cut super early.
Yeah.
Yeah, throwing a roller with elevation change. Again, if you're throwing it up or if you're throwing it down, but it becomes a very touchy shot. Danny there just pitching up. Make his putt for birdie easy. Braeden was trying to put that in.
Yeah. Aidan. Oh, he's kind of a half bid.
Yeah. It's that safe Annie bid that won't go too far past the basket if it doesn't touch metal.
Austen with a look for eagle here.
Oh.
Not to be. Danny with the birdie. Were there any eagles on this hole on the day?
There were no eagles on the day.
Okay.
Out of a field of 61, there was 32 birdies, though.
Okay. That's kind of to be expected.
Yeah.
Couple of tap-ins left here. One for the birdie, one for the par. After the OB.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, what is that?
Zach, I hit a lefty chicken wing.
All right, we're moving on to hole 6, par 4, triple mandatory there right off the rip. You saw the drone just fly by there. Must go through that triple mando. Par 4, 591 feet, going downhill. You see the short pin there. The pros will be continuing to go up and then finishing over to the right-hand side on this downslope here by this one large tree that kind of protects the green. Kind of see they're ranked 11th in terms of difficulty. Kind of just throwing the first shot here and assessing from there.
Yeah, we learned from the first year that there was a sky gap that the pros were trying to take. Oh, make me move a little bit. So that's why the triple mendo came into play.
Yeah, they all broke the hole the first year.
Yeah. So ideally here, you're just trying to throw it down there, use the earth as a backstop, and oh.
Gets a kick to the right, still in bounds.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's any out of bounds to speak of for this hole. Main thing is just he made the mando, so even if he made the mando, they opened up the tunnel a little bit. It's a lot cleaner in there.
Yes.
So if you make it all the way out to the right, you can actually play down. Before it wasn't as clean. So you were still in scramble mode. That gets out as well.
Yeah, that's pretty good there. That's going to give him a wide open look at the target.
Yeah, so Aidan's over here to the right. Before he just would have been punching out, but now he actually has a shot.
Going wide, hyzer there, spiking back over. And on the green.
Yeah, just outside the circle. I'll take that for a double tree kick off the tee.
Yeah.
Danny here playing something down the hill. Making a smooth approach inside of the circle. I wonder what Braden's throwing.
It's that Berg X, and it's staying a little too straight there, but inside the circle.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like he may have a headwind putt coming up, though.
Yeah.
Skip forward. Yeah.
That's what you want right there. Good ground play. Now, as all the players walk down the hill, as cameraman, we cheat and long lens this from the top of the hill, so we don't have to do double work walking.
It's a young man's game. Let the young men make their putts while we watch from afar.
Mm-hmm.
Braeden for his birdie. 2 for 2 so far on the birdies.
Danny making it 3. And this is that awkward distance. This is the awkward distance. Let's see what he does. He really does look awkward standing over it.
It does, yeah. But he connects for the birdie star frame here on hole 6.
All right, here we go. One of the signature holes out here. Hole 7 is a par 3 coming in at only 299 feet. Says the distance is going to play a little bit further than that with the elevation. As we get up to the green, you see that there is a circle that is, I want to say it's almost the size of circle 1. I think it may be a little bit smaller. But if you land inside the circle, you're in bounds. If you land outside of it, you're going to unfortunately take a hazard stroke. So everything outside of the rock circle is a hazard.
It's funny, kind of, this is not necessarily one of the longest holes out here on a course that has so many long holes, but it is one of the signature holes.
Mm-hmm. And one of the more difficult as well.
Yeah.
Coming in as the 4th most difficult. That one right there stays.
Ooh, safe.
Safe. So we'll be putting for a birdie there. On holes like this, when you look at the scoring average, there's a lot of birdies and then there's a lot of bogeys.
Yeah, it's you're either in or you're not.
Yeah.
And that is
And
very
that
much
is
in.
real. Yeah. Danny making his bid to get onto the island. Oh, and he comes up just short.
Just short, yeah. I thought he might have been the closest of the bunch off when it left his hand.
Mm-hmm. That looks good. Is it going to stall in?
Hit and stick.
It does.
Firebird finds its way up there.
Yeah. Got to appreciate the ground crew for putting all that mulch out there to help.
Yeah. So Danny with the par putt.
Off the band.
That's one of those bogeys that we talked about.
Yep. Just a little low.
I think that's more of a rarity there, to be in the island but not get the birdie.
Yeah.
Braeden.
Oh
no, gonna join him. Hitting all
Wow.
parts of the basket, but no birdie there.
Yeah. There's a guy that knows how to get a birdie here.
Yeah.
Bag one birdie. Bulk it across the chest, too. There was no worries.
So we get to see a little bit of everything. A par, 2 pars, a birdie, and a bogey.
Mm-hmm.
Hole 8, downhill, par 3, 471 feet. You see the OB there on the path, marked by that white line. So you can be on the path but still be in bounds depending on where you are. A lot of slope to deal with here. You're dealing with the elevation and you're pushing a crashing hyzer from right to left if you're a backhand right-handed player, and then trying to get it to stop on this runaway green. If you land it anywhere past this pin, you're likely not going to have it anything short of 70, 80 feet left coming back.
Yeah, the slope behind the basket, or that the basket actually sits on, is very steep. He thinks it's down the hill, but it's just rolling towards the basket.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a really fortunate roll there. Going to put him right around circle's edge on the right side of the pin as well. You're not putting towards the rollaway part of the green.
Everyone's talking to their disc on this hole.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Right next to Aidan, a little closer.
Another shout out to the club for having the OB line painted on the car path. They had the city come out and do that. So just an enhancement to the course. Instead of having to put out string or paint, that one is behind the basket, and that's the roll that you don't want.
Yeah, that's 100 feet plus away.
Yeah.
It's going to feel like 200 because you're dealing with the elevation. Danny leaning on that realm once again, swinging it out wide.
Oh, that's a great shot.
Absolutely is. Beautifully done there for Danny.
Yep, and Braeden has... I mean, he could try to run it, but...
Going with the Berg X approach here. Puts it inside the bullseye.
Mm-hmm.
Aidan for birdie.
Oh, hits the cage, but curls up, so he'll be able to salvage a par out of that.
Let's see if Austin's going to make him pay here. That would have tied them both up at the top.
Oh, just looked at the scores, yeah.
Oh, and he's going to make him pay. Expanding the lead to 2 up over Aidan.
Yep, 4 down through the round. Aidan saving his par. Danny with the easiest of the birdies.
Very well done off of that great drive there. Capitalizing, getting the birdie. Before moving on to a kind of a difficult hole 9.
Right here we are finishing the front 9 on hole 9 as a par 3 coming in at 345 feet. The main task here is that you're going to have to challenge a lifting floor that also has a ceiling before you get to the basket. So you'll either see a forehand or a pushing backhand, possibly a roller, all trying to get up here to the green that does have OB just behind it. Really not much to speak of to the left or the right, but you just don't want to go long.
Austin lining up the roller.
This guy says he's not a roller guy. He's thrown so many rollers. And that one almost touches the pin as it comes by. Put him inside the circle. I need him to retract that statement. Here's the backhand, pushing.
Skip up.
Getting a little skip there. He's going to be just outside the circle looking at it with a clean look, I may add, though.
That's about as good as you can do, though, with that backhand up that right side.
Yeah.
This needs to start curling.
Yeah, this is the thing with the roller there, where he landed that there's pine straw and leaves, and the first bounce can just take it offline.
Braeden also opting for the roller. Also lands on a good amount of cut.
Yep. And whoa, that just keeps going. And does not have enough steam to come back.
Oh, he threw it about 450, but he needed 350.
Aidan's first up with a long look here for a birdie. Oh, so close. That was a great effort.
It really was. Braeden for par.
Oh, when he misses it.
There goes the
just
mini.
Off the cage. Oh, then he kind of knew out of his hand that was off a little bit.
Austin, is this for the only birdie on the card?
It is.
And he gets it. Starting to separate a bit more here as we close out the front half.
Yeah, there were only a total of 13 birdies out of the 61 players.
Fortunate bogey there for Braeden to close out his front 9.
Taking a look at the cards here, we see that on Braeden's front nine, that was the first and only blemish that he's had. Austen is still playing clean. Aidan has a blemish, and Danny is he's pushing his way through there. He's 1 under for the round. Taking a look at the top players in the field, we see Isaiah Morgan has moved up a little bit. He's a little ahead, but only 2 strokes behind Austen Bates. And we also have Zach Arlinghouse a little ahead in 16 under at this pace.
Yeah, Harper Thompson as well, kind of making a push there from some of the lower cards. Still quite a bit of action left here. We still have another round to play out here to crown a champion, and the back 9 left of moving day as well. Make sure you come on back and check out all the action as we continue to bring you coverage of the 2025 River Riot 3. Thanks so much for joining us, guys. We'll see you right back here for the back 9.